So the top 2024 skincare discoveries, this was actually public voted on my Instagram stories. So there were hundreds and hundreds of products that came in. It took me ages to count, which is why this video is quite late. I think by the time I edit and upload, it's going to be Feb, so that's really, really bad. But hopefully it's still an interesting result. Now, the vote does specifically come from my followers and my community on Instagram. So a lot of these brands and products, they're very coded, I guess, towards my own page, so they will look quite familiar if you follow me. But I'm thrilled and happy that, I guess we share a lot of the same likes, because that always makes it easier to recommend products moving forward. The list is quite heavy on retinoids and hydrating products, so they seem to be the two favorite categories. Anyway, I will stop yapping. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll get straight into the list. Number 20 is the Olay Super Serum. I have bought this one, but I haven't personally tried it yet. I think I saw Lab Muffin do a sponsored post for them, and I mean, whatever she co-signs, I'm always interested in. From what I understand, they're using a low pH niacinamide formula, so that's quite interesting to me. Lotion P50, which is one of my favorite products, uses niacinamide in an acidic base. So I feel like niacinamide in a lower pH product just has a really good affinity with my skin. So although I have no feedback to give, I am keen to try this product. Number 19 is the Bloom Effects Royal Tulip Nectar. This brand I've been dying to explore. I think the story behind them is just so sweet, really. If they have an about us, I'll throw it up on screen, but just I encourage you to browse the website. I haven't really tried anything from the brand, maybe a cleanser once upon a time, but I have no real memory. But Alex from Educated Mess, who I love on Instagram, is good friends with the brand owner of Bloom Effects. So that's also a really good cosign, and I'm really keen to explore the brand. I do have a few products to open, I just haven't got stuck into them just yet. If you've tried Bloom Effects, let me know if you have any thoughts. I think this Tulip Nectar is their kind of most special product that seems quite different and unique. Number 18 is the, I don't know how to pronounce it, Astura Atto Barrier 365 cream. So this is a K-beauty cult favorite. If memory serves, this is one of the creams that has the kind of beads in it that bursts, and it's supposed to be a true barrier repair cream. I've used it in the past. To me, it wasn't that memorable. It is quite basic, but if you're in a position where you need a basic moisturizer, I think that totally makes sense. Number 17 is Pre-Cool Multi-Quench, which is basically a hydrating serum. I do have this in rotation at the moment. I think they've done a great job with it. It's just a classic, well done hydrating product with a good price point, especially because I think the volume of product that you get is quite high, and it has ecto too, which is great. Number 16 is the Skin Rocks Retinoid. Now, when I was doing the count of the vote, a lot of these products have multiple versions. So for example, in this case, there's Retinoid 1 and Retinoid 2. The voting was just all combined because not everybody specified which version of the product they were talking about. I've used Retinoid 2. It was actually a really nice creamy formula. I think they did a good job designing it. Skin Rocks is just a little bit on the pricey side. So it's a brand that I'm keen to explore. I just think the pricing is maybe not quite where it should be, but maybe that's a topic for another video. This was quite gentle, so because I predominantly used Tret, it ended up being redundant in my routine. But if you're fairly new to retinoids and you don't mind the pricing, I think these are good formulas. Next up in number 15 is the Poems from the Lab Future Focus Vitamin C Serum, and I think this is the best, absolute best gold standard L-ascorbic acid serum. They've done such a great job with stability. It lasts for months and months without oxidizing. The packaging is just really thin tube, so the dispenser just releases a few drops at a time. And the texture is quite lightweight, and I find it to be far less aggressive than a lot of other ascorbic acid serums out there, so I think they nailed this formula. Number 14 is the Saatchi Pro Resilience Serum, and this is another personal favorite of mine. I think Saatchi always do such a good job at blending a lot of different ingredients to form a really well-rounded product. This targets sort of more sensitive skin types, and it has a kind of like fluid, almost essence-like texture, so you can actually use it in the essence step. And the nice thing about this is that it is a skin-soothing serum with peptides and antioxidants and so on, but it doesn't contain niacinamide. Now, I'm a big fan of niacinamide, but because it's in a lot of other products, sometimes it's nice to have an option without, especially if you are planning to layer. Number 13 is Stratia Aqua Factory, which is a relatively new release from Stratia, and it's essentially a hydrating essence. It contains 5% urea, so I was super excited to try it. I've only used it a handful of times. My first impressions wasn't super great. I found the texture a little bit too thick and heavy to use, but I'm reserving full judgment until I can integrate it properly and just have a chance to try it in a few different ways. So first impressions wasn't great, but I know people, especially who have more dry skin, really seem to enjoy it. Number 12 is Adapalene, and great to see an OTC/prescription product for, I guess, predominantly people dealing with acne. Adapalene, which is usually known as Differin, is OTC in the US and also OTC in Australia now, so it's nice to have it that readily available. I think a no-brainer if you have acne, Adapalene should be your first preference in terms of introducing a retinoid versus really any of the cosmetic options on this list. Number 11 is the Dr. Dennis Gross Universal Peel Pads, and these also come in a few different versions, so this vote groups them all together. I haven't really explored this product too much just because the whole idea of like the peel pads themselves, I just can't really be bothered with that many steps involved, that much packaging and that sort of thing, when I can just use something like a liquid toner, which probably achieves a very similar result. Although I know the people that love this product absolutely love it, so they must be doing something right. Number 10 is the Dew Skin Instant Angel, and this is an awesome moisturizer that comes in an aluminium tube. I tend to prefer it as a night cream, but it is relatively lightweight, so I think most people will be able to use it AM and PM. The only reason I use it at night is more so because the oils that it contains start to break through, so sometimes it causes my sunscreen to get a little bit shiny. But it's really nurturing and nourishing without feeling suffocating or heavy. Number 9 is the Medik8 Crystal series of retinoids, or Retinal specifically. Again, there's a wide range of strengths within this product line. From what I recall, I think 6 was the most popular because that's like the down the line strength, but they now have much stronger versions as well. I'm not the biggest fan of the texture of this product. To me, it feels like it stays on the surface of my skin too much. Yeah, I appreciate what they've done with this because I think Medik8 did a lot to put Retinal on the map, really. But this particular formula just doesn't really sit on my skin personally. Having said that, if you are considering trying retinoids, this is probably the gold standard class of Retinal, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Number 8 is the Naturium Multipeptide Advanced Serum, another personal favorite. I love the milky emulsion texture of this. It's a little bit more nourishing, not just hydrating. It has newer peptides in there, great antioxidants, just makes my skin feel really smooth and plump. Huge fan. Number 7 is Build Skincare B Cream, and I feel like I'm constantly talking about Build and B Cream because it's my all-time favorite moisturizer. I won't spend too much time on it because I do talk about it all the time, but if I could only use one moisturizer, it would be B Cream. Basically, it contains squalane with a little bit of petrolatum and glycerin, so it just has all of the key like dermatological ingredients in there with the most amazing balance of humectant to occlusive to emollient. So yeah, it's just designed perfectly. Number 6 is Retinoid, the queen bee of retinoids and the one that I personally use most frequently. Sometimes I do take little breaks just to test other retinoid formulas, but Retinoid is really the one that, fixes my skin the most. The one in particular that received the most votes is by Altrino, which is more of like a gel texture and feels a little bit more hydrating and I think less aggressive than the others. So if you happen to have access to Altrino, that's probably worth exploring or having a discussion with your doctor about. Otherwise, really any Tret format is probably going to give the most powerful results, keeping in mind that it can be quite aggressive. Number 5 is Biologique Recherche Lotion P50, and P50 also comes in several versions. I'm pretty sure P50W had the most votes, and that tends to be the version that BR suggests most people start on. I like the regular just lotion P50, and it's just the most truly like balancing, revitalizing product I've ever used. So when I feel like my skin is being glitchy at all, I will always rely on P50 to fix it. And although I had been using Retinoids for several years, once I discovered P50, the way that that kind of fixed a lot of texture issues on the surface of my skin was quite different to what Retinoid was able to do. I guess I consider something like Tret to really go a little bit deeper in the skin and start to like regulate a lot of the things that are, you know, broken when you're dealing with acne and that kind of thing. Whereas lotion P50 is probably more about like beautifying the skin surface. Obviously I still get breakouts, so it's definitely not led to a perfect complexion, but my skin just always feels a lot calmer in like more of an equilibrium when I'm using lotion P50. I'm currently still in the process of trying to integrate both P50 and Tret, but I haven't managed to find the right balance that doesn't lead to too many side effects, because I don't think BR would ever suggest using P50 with Tret. The combination is very strong. But I'm determined to get to the point where I can figure out a balance, because I love both products and I feel like I need them to really achieve my skin goals, especially since I'm not really interested in lasers or harsh peels or injections at the moment. So I'm really relying on topicals to do all the work. Number 4 is Prequel Cleanser, and this is a 50% glycerin-based cleanser. I love to use this more so as a body wash, but I know tons of people love it as a cleanser. They have more recently released a version with salicylic acid that I've been keen to try, but because they're not sold in Australia, it's kind of a hassle to get Prequel. But if you have easy access to it, very much a brand to explore, and Cleanser is certainly a flagship product for them. Number 3 is Build Skincare B Gel, another huge personal favorite. So this uses a blend of 6 humectants with a texture that reminds me of a dewdrop or a raindrop. So when you apply it, it bursts on the skin. The main recommendation I would make with B Gel is that if you're applying it and you pump into your hand, don't like rub it around or break it into your skin. Instead, pump and then apply a few dots on your face, because you want to experience it bursting into a toner-like freshness while you're actually applying it. If you burst the effect of B Gel in the palms of your hands before you apply it to your skin, you kind of end up with this odd sensation in your hands that feels a little bit wet, not really jelly. So it definitely feels better, works better if you let the hydration kick in actually on your face skin, because that way you get maximum plumping results and a maximum feeling of hydration. So I absolutely love B Gel. You can use it as an essence, you can use it as a hydrating serum, you can mix it into B cream as like a bit of a hydrating boost. It's just super easy to integrate and very hydrating. Number 2 is Dieux Deliverance, another favorite of mine, one of my all-time favorite just skin maintenance products. So this has niacinamide, peptides, antioxidants, skin soothing extracts, just everything that I would want in a daily maintenance serum. Sadly, again, not available in Australia. This is US only because of the CBD content. As an alternative, and although this did not appear on the list, but for people that don't have access to Deliverance, I would maybe explore Sunday Riley B3, because those two products give very similar results on my skin. It's just the ingredient profile is different. So if you're keen on peptides and that sort of thing, the Sunday Riley product doesn't really have that. But it does celebrate niacinamide with antioxidants and skin soothing. So yeah, the effect is similar. But anyway, getting back to Deliverance, this is a milky texture, layers so well. I think they just nailed it. And I'm really happy that they're available in Sephora in the US. And number 1, everybody's top skincare discovery of 2024 was the go-to very amazing Retinal. This contains 0.2% Retinal, so it's actually super high strength. And I was quite shocked to see it, because go-to historically hasn't been known for including high actives. But the texture of this, I feel like they designed so well. It's like a gelled oil texture. It is quite an intense color, so you want to try to remember to apply it a little bit before you go to sleep, just to avoid pillow transfer. but I find that it does absorb well, and as long as I give it a moment to sink in, it's fine. Yeah, so I think this is one of the most well-designed Retinal products, and if I wasn't using Tret, I think I would predominantly be using Go-To. Although it didn't make it to the list, my favorite is actually Decrease, which is kind of the sister product to Very Amazing Retinal. Just Decrease is specifically for the eye contour, whereas this product, Very Amazing Retinal, is for the whole face. So yeah, I think they've just done an awesome job with it and a really well-designed formula. And it gives me, and I'm excited to see really what Go-To has coming up next, because it seems like they're leaning into more actives moving forward. That's the end of this roundup of everybody's favorite skincare from 2024. Let me know if you have any thoughts or any questions. I'm familiar with quite a lot of these products, so it should be able to help if you have any questions. Thank you very much for watching and for spending some time with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.